I will say the people who claim to have been abducted by aliens, I believe, are full of shit.
I mean, they're full of probes and stuff, but yeah, also full of shit.
Also full of
According to their story, they were full of a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Some aliens just butt fucked you and sent you back down. All right. Good morning, everyone. Damn, I keep saying that. I keep doing that. Whatever.
I mean, maybe it's Vietnam. Good morning,
Vietnam. All right. We have same page. We have backed by popular demand, Trevor.
Or unpopular, but
or unpopular.
I take it however Tim shells it out. Happy to be here.
Yeah, Trevor, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
You're a big High School Musical guy. We just learned.
Yeah, no, I don't want to have to go through all this again, but yeah, we had a little
right before we hit play, Trevor's reciting High School Musical.
I was not. I was doing the warm up, as the infamous Sharpay would do. Okay. And then we just sort of went on a little tangent and realized that I remember High School Musical way more than I thought. Yeah. But anyone else, who was watching Disney Channel at that time, which I'm pretty sure everyone was, standard cable was the standard, pun intended. But yeah, Disney Channel movies. They brought households together, and there was like water cooler talk for elementary schools, for elementary school kids.
Water cooler talk. All right. Yeah. So we are. It is again about almost four in the afternoon. We got some beverages here today.
Sure do.
Trevor brought some soju for us. I'm having a Coors Light.
I'm having a Miller. It's Miller time.
It's always Miller time.
In Handsome Dave's mind, at least.
Yeah, Handsome Dave's a Miller guy.
Shout out Handsome Dave. He's actually moving. That's why he's not here today. So let's all give him a nice congrats on his new apartment. We
recorded a great episode yesterday. We did the one that hopefully everyone listens to with Bill and Mikey. That was a riot. Mikey didn't want to be on the podcast because he doesn't.
I'm anticipating for this one.
Yeah, Mikey didn't want to be on the podcast, but he just wanted to chime in from afar until finally he decided to pull up a chair and join us. Hopefully we can understand him.
We should take a poll for listeners out there to think, where do you think Mikey's from? Unless, did you refer to him as...
I think he brought up Chattanooga too many times. So
well, Tennessee Mike is what he goes by.
Feral Mike. All right, you wanna crack into some of this soju, and then
absolutely. This is Did you know that this is the most consumed spirit in the world?
I think you might have told me that yesterday.
Dude, thank you again, actually, for coming by. For those of you listening, Tim came by with his wonderful girlfriend and two of her friends. I, as mentioned before, I'm a bartender, and so my weekends, thankfully they're not spent spending money, but don't really spend them with friends. So it's always cool when some friends will by. Yeah. And it was a pretty cool night. Did you enjoy it? I know the music was a little bit interesting.
The music was interesting.
Yeah.
It was only $10 to get in, so that was fine. But I did enjoy it. It was good.
No,
sipping on some friends there. Well, fuck, I can't even remember the name of that drink. I had Ghost Tequila in it.
You were sipping the Burning Passion.
Yes, Burning Passion. I'm a big fan of Ghost Tequila. I see Ghost Tequila on a menu, and I'm like, need it.
You're a better man than me. You have probably way more hair on your chest, I would imagine.
It's possible. We don't know.
I don't know. You see Ghost Tequila and you clap.
For all the listeners.
Ghost Tequila and you clap? Yeah.
For all the listeners out there, my chest is insanely hairy. All right.
I know you see the beard and you probably think.
Yeah.
Completely bare. No, what is it? Totally shaved.
Clean shaved. All right. We actually have... Oh, well, first we're going to... try some of this. Try some of this soju.
This green grape soju.
Green grape.
They got many flavors, but shout out to Jinro.
Shout out to Jinro.
Thoughts?
That is quite tasty.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
It's good stuff. All right, we actually have a bit of a pointed episode today. Usually I just get on here and spitball for an hour and then
well, we can always spitball as well.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do some spitballing, but I think today we're doing conspiracy theory with Trevor.
Boom, boom, boom.
It's like that fucking Jesse Ventura show.
Well, I was almost going to do the Law and Order. Dun, dun, dun. We just added another bump.
Have you ever seen that show, Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura?
I have not.
Former WWE wrestler,
Jesse Ventura,
yeah. Governor of Minnesota, Navy SEAL, perhaps as well.
I have not seen this show.
And he was also a Navy SEAL, I think.
Was he?
He was something.
Jamie, go ahead and pull that up.
Yeah. Let's see. Handsome motherfucker.
Look at that. Look at that gaze.
What else was he? WWE, governor. He was in the Navy. Underwater demolition team.
So, is that just like blowing up submarines? Or are you just moving like the Earth itself underwater? Like massive rocks and coral reefs.
Unclear. Huh. Let's see. Yeah, demolition of natural or man-made obstacles.
Interesting.
Also had a TV show about conspiracy theories, and so
I know what I'm watching tonight.
It's dog shit. But it's
well, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever heard Jesse Ventura talk, though, he just buys into all these like really weird. Like he just listens to like what these people tell him, and he goes along with it. I think that's for the show.
People I don't know, a lot of people form their opinions off on just hearing one clip or one video.
Well, yeah, but
it's pretty exciting because they get really passionate behind it.
He also, but like it's really funny because he'll do the thing where it's like. He just likes to reiterate what people said, like conspiracy theorists would be like, yeah, and that's why Bigfoot is gay, and he'll look at it and he'll just go, so you mean to tell me that now Bigfoot is gay? And he'll just
he's just regurgitating it.
Yeah, he just regurgitates everything back. Yeah. So we've had our discussion about the moon landing thing.
He should hang out with Alex Jones. That would be a fun
he probably fucking does.
That would be a deal right there.
That would be something.
I cut you off. I'm sorry.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about some other popular conspiracy theories today, and the first one I already brought up, Bigfoot.
Yes, let's
and I'll start this with a hypothetical that was told to me that I found interesting.
Great way to start an episode. Let's hear it.
So, you get $1 billion if you can. And we're gonna say this starts right now.
I would do fucking anything. I would fuck anything.
It's more of a challenge. It's like do you think you could do it?
Okay. I have to earn it.
You get teleported to a very remote area of like northern Maine, and you get turned into Bigfoot.
So we start in New England at least.
Yeah, we're starting in New England.
Okay. Friendly territory.
Woo!
I don't know where this is going. We got to map it out a little bit.
And so you have like a very strong innate sense of direction. You can eat anything that you can forage, so like mushrooms, like groundwater, like small animals, bugs, plants. Like you.
Do I have like hunting instincts and stuff?
Yeah.
Does Bigfoot?
I don't know.
Does Bigfoot hunt?
I
don't
know.
Or is he just like a black bear eating berries and stuff?
No idea, but if we'll say that you have some more advanced hunting skill than what I would imagine you probably possess right now.
That's a fair assessment.
So you get to you can do that. You have to walk from northern Maine to Portland, Oregon, without being spotted. No one can know Bigfoot exists, but you're Bigfoot. And
what if a conspiracy theorist spots me or says they do? That can't count, right?
Like it's more for the point of the challenge. I think it's just
this is for $1 billion. For
$1 billion, yeah.
I gotta read the fine print on
this. For $1 billion, you have to. You gotta make the walk. No, conspiracy theories don't count. Yeah, it's a long march. Do you think you could do it? Do you think you could do it? You could hang out in the woods for that extended period of time.
A time limit for this trek?
No, but as soon as you set foot in Portland, Oregon, you're immediately teleported back to your house with $1 billion in your bank account, and you become you again.
Ooh, it's not a bad script actually.
Yeah.
Do I think I could do it? Well, let's consider the fact if I'm teleported back, considering I do complete this challenge, am I going back to a family? Is this trek worth something to more than just me? Did I lose something when I became Bigfoot in Portland, Maine? Or maybe. No. Ooh, Portland to Portland. Let's do that.
Portland to Portland.
That's a big city. Never mind. No, I want Woodland, Maine.
Yeah, well, you're going to start in... even Portland, Maine is probably not a very big city.
But it's a city nonetheless. I want woods.
Well, you'll start in the woods.
Not smoke shops.
No. There are a lot of smoke shops. Actually, my hat is from a smoke shop in Portland, Maine.
Look at that.
But yeah, I mean, it's your money. You know, you could share it with your.
But there's nothing. When I'm transformed into Bigfoot, there's nothing that like I need to get back to.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So it's just for me.
We'll just assume.
I don't have to give it to anyone else. That's almost even more enticing.
Hoard.
Yeah.
Hoard your wealth.
Yeah, I've never been presented with a challenge like that, so I would like to think I could do it. Then again, you know, everything's easier said than done. Can you pull up a map of the U.S. for me?
Yes.
I would need. We gotta give like at least a real estimated guess here, make it a little more practical. I gotta see this woodland area that I would have to cross because I would want to stay. I would think along the border of most of the U.S. Can I cross into Canada?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
Someone else said that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I asked someone this yesterday.
I can go over those Great Lakes instead of having to go dip down around under them. Absolutely, go up through Canada
instead of going through like Ohio. And
up there's like Nova Scotia and stuff. Anyway, so for the first half of this trip, I'm not going to be seen. Almost guaranteed.
Yeah, someone else brought up.
Maybe not. Nova Scotia's way out, but I think my chances, yeah, we start up in northern Maine.
Actually, Nova Scotia is the exact wrong direction.
Yeah. So you know what?
you left.
Maybe the directions aren't that great at first, and I went the wrong way. Found some solitude and was like, "Oh, that's the wrong ocean."
You could also be Bigfoot forever if you never get spotted. If you decide you really like being Bigfoot, there's nothing that says you have to finish, but you would accept if you accept the challenge. You turn into Bigfoot.
Some sort of existential
until you're
awakening. I'm like, yeah, this is how man should live.
Until you're discovered, or you could be like fucking Sassy in the Big Les show. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Back to the billion.
Okay, back to the billion.
Trying to get my mind off the money. Nice try. Nice try. Damn.
Nice try.
I would like to think I could do it. Looking at this, see up where the Dakotas are, I feel like. Yeah, there's a lot less people up there, but the terrain is not just woodland. That's where it gets
yeah.
rocky.
And around Lake Montana, it's very, very mountainous as well.
Yeah, it'd be pretty sweet. The journey alone, just like the challenge, would be like fun to accept and try.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no time limit. Yeah, I just stay hidden. Yeah, I think I could do it.
You think you could do it?
Do you think you could?
Oh yeah.
You have a better hunting ability than you do now. I'm assuming.
You would not be wrong. More of a fisherman than a hunter.
There you go. Just don't catch the parasites that go with him. You think Bigfoot would, if he eats some salmon, that had a parasite, he'd have that long tail coming out of his ass?
Yeah, like how fucking like dogs do. They get worms.
So if I got one of those, I'd call it off.
You run into civilization.
Change me back. Change me back. No money. Back to my life. I'm not walking around with this. A month? Fuck no. But you think you could?
I'd like to think so, but I also know.
No. That was my answer.
What?
I think I'd like to think so.
Oh, well.
Something better.
I'm gonna say realistically, probably not. Cause my one fatal flaw is I'm wicked klutzy.
In what sense, like balance and climbing?
Balance is actually good, but like I'll just like trip over shit. Like I'll be trying to I'll see a hiker or something. I'll be like sneaking around and I'm gonna like knock over a fucking tree. Yeah, I'm gonna trip over a root. And,
or you're looking at your feet the whole time. You don't know where you're going. Wander into a town.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, no sticks to climb over here. Boom, bump into a CVS. Spotted. No money for you. Yeah.
Need to go buy a Band-Aid.
Maybe a shot. Yeah. You didn't vax. Yeah, I'd like to think so, but. Dude, how long do you think that would take? This is by foot.
Yeah,
by a Bigfoot.
I think I pitched this to Handsome Dave yesterday, not on the podcast. This was before we were recording when we were just hanging out.
What were his thoughts?
He said it's about because it's somewhere in the realm of like 3,000 miles, and he said with detours.
Brother,
brother, But
3,000 miles.
It's somewhere in the realm of about 3,000 miles. And then I think he said that to account for, like going around the Great Lakes, because he also said go into Canada. He tacked on an extra.
Great minds.
He had tacked on an extra 1,000 miles just because.
But there's no time limits.
There's no time limit.
It's more convenient, I think, to stay in solitude.
And then I think, based on the math, he said, assuming you can do like 10 to 20 miles a day, I think it would come out to. Plus, you're Bigfoot. You're fucking huge.
Exactly.
You got a good.
A Bigfoot.
A Bigfoot. You got a nice long gait there too.
Yeah, I would assume
nice
long
strides. Big feet.
Big arms to swing.
Short legs.
Imagine that. Bigfoot's just like a modern day T-Rex.
He's like a fucking leprechaun.
What's that ugly little thing running around? It's spotted me. It's spotted me. We're scared of that thing.
I think he said it would take him somewhere in the realm of like maybe 6 months or so, maybe 3 to 6 months.
How long did it take Lewis and Clark?
That is a great question. They also had a boat. They also had boats.
Well, I think.
Well, would that slow them down?
Would we be savvy enough to build like a boat or a raft?
I don't see why not. Yeah, you could do regular bushcraft stuff.
Let's see. Back to Jamie. What's Lewis and Clark there?
Jamie, pull up Lewis and Clark. All right, let's see. How long did Lewis?
Look up copyright infringements after that. I don't want
2 years.
Big joke. 2 years to get there, or to go there.
2 years, 4 months, and 10 days.
Now is that the total journey, or just to go?
They departed from Hartford, Illinois.
Okay, that's
in 1804.
That's a big head start for them. Wow.
They reached the Pacific Ocean in November of 1805.
Oh, okay. So that's not 2 years. So the round trip was 2 years.
Yeah, but to be fair, they also weren't just going point to point. They were kind of doing a little circle, I think, because they had to.
Well, they were mapping and graphing.
Yeah, they were mapping it out.
Dude, it's fucking incredible what they actually did. I went on a little frontiersman kick a little while ago. YouTube has some great series.
YouTube has so many great series. One
of them was called The Men Who Built America, but there's a lot of U.S. history just series on there, and one of them was just dedicated to Lewis and Clark and their journey. Obviously talking about Sacagawea, but she was responsible for saving almost all of their topographical maps at one point when one of their boats capsized, and their entire journey basically would have been for nothing because this was on the way back. All of the information that they would have only been by word of mouth. They would have had nothing to show for it had she not
saved the maps.
Yeah,
she saved the map.
Pretty incredible.
That's pretty awesome.
Fun fact of the day there.
The other thing to consider with them is they also probably had to carry their boats.
Yeah.
Like when you strong man.
Could Bigfoot carry this boat by himself?
Yeah, probably. He's Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
He's Bigfoot.
We got to give dimensions to him because this might also come into detail when being spotted. Are we 12 feet tall here?
You're basically just Zion Williamson.
All right, a little less conspicuous. Okay.
No.
Just gonna not smile, and we're gonna walk.
No, but you're a big beefy dude, and you're like. We'll say, actually, you know what? Let's see if we can get some actual dimensions on Bigfoot from a real conspiracy theorist.
A true one, yeah.
They say heights of 6 to 15 feet.
That's a range.
What? Are you kidding me? He's either a moderately sized man or
no. Who'd you see in
giant.
The woods? Yeah. Who'd you see in the woods, dude?
I don't know. He's about 6 to 15 feet tall.
Mikey, I need something better than that.
He's bigger than a fucking basketball hoop.
Jesus Christ. He could be an NBA player or an NBA hoop.
He could actually just be
what the hell is that?
What is the size? Okay, this one just says 6 to 9 feet. We're going to go with the upper range there. Let's say you're at least 8 feet tall.
We'll go with 9 feet.
We'll go 9 feet. Thank you. 9 feet tall.
Okay. Do they give a weight on there at all? An estimation?
Big boy.
So, for those listening, it says again, another range, between 400 and 1,600 pounds.
You're either a 6 foot, 400 pound
dude,
man.
Whoever's writing this up, is this like a Wikipedia thing we can change?
Maybe.
This is the best AI generates for
us. There is a Wikipedia page on Bigfoot. Sam Squamsh.
Did you ever used to fuck around and change the information on there? On the middle school?
No, my sister used to do that all the time.
It's a great pastime, dude.
Yeah.
Miss Henchy, the librarian, she was good. Whew.
Get a little upset.
Was not thrilled. Yeah, but it was fun. Well, I didn't know what IP addresses were back then, so we trace back to the Winchester library, not training.
You ever seen the Patterson footage?
Grainier than my writing
It's a guy in a fucking monkey suit. There's a wicked funny Joe Rogan bit where he's talking about Bigfoot.
Do you think it's a man in a monkey suit?
Well, he's talking about he's talking about like Bigfoot. Well, the Patterson footage is obviously a man in a monkey suit.
Quite clearly.
Because it looks like, I think Joe Rogan says it, he's like, you watch it and it looks like a guy in a fucking monkey suit. Wait, let's just pull up the Patterson footage.
God bless.
Let's just
just a little refresher.
Let's just watch
for our own eyes real quick.
Oh, dude, have you ever seen the Patterson?
I encourage everyone to watch along as you're listening to this bit right here. Oh, look at the little highlight that's over him the whole time.
It's a guy in a monkey suit, right?
He swings his arm like one.
It's a guy in a monkey suit. Anyway. Okay, so
I don't know. Did we go down this wormhole instead?
Well, this is technically a
Was that a monkey suit?
Bigfoot is a conspiracy theory, so we're still on topic here. I was
watching this video like a week ago, and it wasn't necessarily Bigfoot, but it was this man who studied. He studied these. They were very much like primal beings, and you looked at it. I saw it. I go, "That's Bigfoot. That's fucking Bigfoot." One of them was named Jacob. Another one, like they named chimps, sort of. And fuck, we're to stay on this poor podcasting bit here. Let me just look this up. I might have saved it. I hope so. I like to think that I save all these videos, but where do we go? This is where you talk while I search things, to keep people entertained. Or I'm just going to edit the shit.
I'll probably just edit it.
Oh, smart.
I'm gonna
have that power.
I'm going to send a text. My editorial privilege.
Dan has that power. And he also
my
has
editorial
the power to
privilege.
lie about pool winnings.
There was a whole bit I cut out of the episode with Declan because somehow we got on the topic. Because, I told you we re-recorded. Or I said it in the podcast.
The first bit was good. Did you not listen to it?
I did.
Just not showing. We're like, maybe we should.
We both listened to it, and I was like, man, I'm not a huge fan of this. And he was like, yeah, it's all right. But then on the second listen, we were like, oh, this is great.
It was
this
fun,
is great
yeah.
stuff.
Speaking of, there was one thing I wanted to bring to this from that episode. He said something that kind of just totally resonated with me, I guess. And I was curious how I don't think he asked you about your thoughts on it, but it was interesting to me because I totally feel the same way. He said 10 years prior. Is he the same age as you?
Yeah.
You guys are 26?
Yeah.
He said 10 years ago I had a better idea of my own identity and self than I do today. And I was kind of blown back by it because I was like, holy shit. I've had that thought but not been able to put it into words for I don't know how long now. And it kind of made first of all, shout out Declan. A great co-host. Get him back on. He was excellent.
Come back.
But it made me think and kind of I wanted to bring this question to you. Do you think it's the fact that when you're younger, you're just a bit more naive and curious and the world hasn't opened up to you enough?
I think the world is just a little simpler when you're younger.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's easier to revolve around just yourself. And you haven't even, you haven't made mistakes at this point or, life decisions, So as you grow, the world gets more complicated within your own head. And I feel like, cue the anxiety and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But I feel like that's maybe why you have less of an idea, just because there's so much more that I guess could be accomplished or directions that you could go. Yeah, that was sort of my thought on it. It was I don't know. It really made me think about it, and it was interesting.
I think when you have a good structure, and you get into a routine, especially the time period he's referencing is when we were like in high school. Mm-hmm. You have your friends next to you every day. If you're playing sports too, you got practice after school and everything. Yeah, me and Declan played football together.
Declan and I.
Declan, whatever. Suck it, Trevor.
Dude, no, it's really a muscle. It's a reflex for me. My friends don't appreciate it. But you know what? I grew up with it at the kitchen. I grew up with it at the kitchen table my whole life.
Yeah, it's fine.
I won't do it again. I won't do it again. Sorry, Dad.
Me and Declan. Yeah, me and Declan played football together. But when you have that structure, you go to I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. You go to school every day. You go to football after school. I just think the world is a lot simpler. And then it's like, okay, you go to college, maybe you're branching out a little bit more. You have more free time during the day. Mm-hmm. And then when you venture out on your own as a man,
man, big boy.
Big boy. Big boy.
That is proud.
And, you know, I think your worldview starts to shift a little bit because it's like you've gone from your whole life having pretty minimal responsibilities, but responsibilities nonetheless, like very clear, defined guidelines. And now
grades,
you're,
don't get in trouble.
Exactly.
Like, oh my goodness.
The easy
life
stuff.
was good.
Life was easy.
Life was good. Were you one of those that was like kids that was eager to grow up? All you wanted to do was be older? Yeah, dude. Yeah. Me too. I kick myself about it sometimes.
I know.
But I digress.
Yeah, but like as an adult, you have less clear boundaries, I think, and you have more room to grow. So I think that's sort of what he was talking about.
Yeah, it was an interesting point.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
I wanted to hear Tim open up and elaborate more on his thoughts on it.
Yeah. I don't know. I was very happy to just let Declan say what he was gonna say though. He's a
dude. Again, he was great.
He's a good talker. Yeah. He's got a lot of really cool stuff to say.
He's got some great insights.
He does. He's an interesting dude.
I love that move too. Just pack up, go to Colorado. I had that itch at one point too when I first got laid off. It was 2020. Like literally, I just moved into Dorchester. 2 days later, I got laid off. So I was like, all right, first time out of the parents' house. I'm telling all these kids that I just moved in with, I don't have a job now.
Ooh, tough.
I'm still living with you. But,
tough.
But I still didn't comprehend what the times were going to be.
Yeah.
Everyone was. But I was like, holy shit. Do I just pack up and go somewhere else right now? Because I do have some money for it. It was easy to save during that time too, and rent was not too expensive. But I tip my cap because he sacked up and he actually did it. Like
he
you
did.
said, so many people sort of do have that pipe dream, but don't follow through with it. Yeah, it's cool to have like a very close friend of yours that like actually did it. And you get to sort of reap the benefits.
I did. We got to go out there. We didn't stay with him. We just stayed in town, but we got to. He did hook us up with the discount passes to Breckenridge, which was.
I've never seen Breck. I've been out there to Beaver Creek.
Oh yeah, I just did Beaver Creek this year.
I love it.
Their
village is awesome.
Yeah, their village.
That's what I expected from like the movies I would see growing up. That's exactly what it was.
I think one of my favorite skiing memories ever was at Beaver Creek in January when it was like après and we were sitting at the base of at the base of Beaver Creek. We were chowing down on some.
And then there's the other mountain over on the right side. If you're looking at the map,
we were all the way.
The one by where the Ritz it goes down and there's the.
We were like right there, yeah. And there was a run all the way like skiers left. It was kind of just like a bomb back down to the base. And this dude we're sitting at the base like just watching the final skiers come down or whatever, having a
because there was
plate of nachos.
There was a lift right there that goes back.
Yeah.
But it's a massive opening. There's the huge heated pool that they have.
Ooh, did not see a heated pool there.
Okay, so we're talking about different different bases then.
But we're sitting.
This
was
the
there.
Ritz-Carlton one. It was on it had its own mountain. It's fucking crazy.
Maybe that wasn't where we were.
Sweet.
I don't know. We were at the base somewhere.
I've never stayed there, but I skied over there.
And chowing down on some nachos, drinking some hot chocolates or whatever, and this dude comes absolutely bombing down the fucking mountain.
Is this like
starts,
a yard sale happen? Like you can see it.
Big yard. We can see it coming. We can see it coming from a mile away. He starts like tomahawking down the mountain, double ejects, like poles just are flying, and it was a really funny spill. But the brakes on his skis must have been broken because they didn't stop. They went all the way down to the base.
It's dangerous, dude.
I know. They went all the way down to the base and just like shot into the woods. And so we see this guy, like he had gotten up by this point. He's just like standing there, like hands on his hips, just watching his skis continue down the.
They're going too fast.
And so he picks up his poles and he just has this moment, and you can see him like throw his hands up and just go, "Fuck it," and he just like belly slid down the rest of the run. Yeah.
I mean, what else are you gonna walk down on your
I know
heels?
it would be such a bummer.
Probably got a good,
it was
a good applause from that at least.
Yeah.
You gotta have to own your shitty moments like that. It's like, oh, this could be super embarrassing, or
or
you take it and acknowledge it amongst everyone who just saw
get on your belly and slide down.
I'm gonna make the most of this shitty moment, and then I'm gonna go find.
Now Beaver Creek is really cool, but yeah,
great resort.
Okay. let's get back on
yes,
track. Let's
our
do
fearless leader.
some
Keep us on the rails
conspiracy
here.
theories. So we'll do one final thing with Bigfoot. We've talked about Bigfoot. Do you think Bigfoot is real?
Well, again, I couldn't find those videos that I was trying to pull up for you, but
Oh, you mean the Patterson footage? Dude, have you seen the Patterson footage?
he's gonna edit this. He's gonna edit this and make it sound like I said that. No.
No, okay. Well, you said the moon landing thing.
Are we gonna go there or not?
No, well,
Dude, you're.
sorry. We'll get to that.
Editor 10. You take this part out. I guess.
Sorry, got. Is Bigfoot real?
Nowadays, there's so many people who claim to have seen him. Technology with cameras that, the common man can possess is, so advanced that how do we only have, like said Patterson footage to sort of back this on? I do, though, I think, maybe there is this primal species, and it's not just Bigfoot, one of them,
Big feet.
Big feet, yes.
Big feet.
There are big feet among us. But no, to say there's a Bigfoot, that's like talking about what was her name? Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy. The Australopithecus afarensis.
That's what you're here for. What the hell? What? That's like thalassophobia. What?
That's the species that Lucy was. Lucy was an Australopithecus afarensis.
I just thought it was the first mammal, or like the first man.
Well, Lucy is what is she, like 200,000 years old or something like that? Yeah.
First Homo sapien.
No,
right?
I think or maybe.
I believe so. Yeah, she was the first.
Let's get chat. We're gonna pull up an Australopithecus afarensis.
Just type in Lucy.
Australopithecus.
You can spell this on the first try.
Afarensis.
You definitely had help, but you were. Google was helping him, folks. Put yourself in a spelling bee, Tim.
I was really upset when I was in like 4th grade, I think, because we were going skiing and I had qualified for the like state spelling bee.
Dude.
And I couldn't go because we were going skiing and I begged my mom, I was like, please let me go to the spelling bee.
Look at you. You're a young scholar. You would have lost to some Indian, but
Lucy is an early Australopithecus.
But she's the we acknowledge her as like the oldest, right?
She's kind of chopped.
little stocky in that. That's what we were talking about, the Bigfoot with little legs.
Chat, we're looking at a collection of bones here. This is barely even a person.
You call that a woman?
Yeah.
But
3.2 million years old.
To bring it all the way back, to say is Bigfoot real? I feel like that's comparing the legend of Bigfoot to just as if he were Lucy, the first Homo sapien walking around.
Australopithecus.
Okay, we'll do that again. To think that there wouldn't be more of them, or just a tribe, or for them to have their own species. There's tribes in off the islands of India that have lived there with no contact to humankind.
North Sentinel?
For the Jamar tribe or something like that for 55,000 years.
Yeah, uncontacted.
And so I think we'd be ignorant to think that there aren't old ass species that are still wandering amongst the woods between southern Canada and northern America.
I think
that haven't been here for thousands of years.
So you brought up
we had these stories from the Native Americans. I bet they have a lot of research on it.
You brought up the tribes of North Sentinel off the coast of India there.
Yeah, these tribes are they've never made contact with humankind, or the people people that do go there, they kind of throw spears at them from the beach, right?
Yeah. People do go every now and again, and you know who it always is?
David Attenborough.
Oh, dude, that would be fucking electric. Yes.
Imagine,
but
they just feel his aura.
The tribe.
We will not kill him.
Yo, this motherfucker.
You may study us.
No, it's they're always missionaries. It's always missionaries who go to North Sentinel to try and
spread the word of God.
Spread the word of God, and obviously these people don't speak English.
No,
but it's
you want to put religion on them.
Yeah, and they're I'm dead serious. It happens they pay Indian smugglers to drop them with a kayak.
Yeah,
near North Sentinel.
Say you can take a kayak to get there. We're not going anywhere near that
place. Yeah, dude, there's a guy who died a few years ago doing it.
take a look at what's happened every single time and say,
Yeah, it was this guy, John Chow. He was like a missionary, and he went to North Sentinel. He paid a bunch of Indian smugglers to go to North Sentinel, and they were like, dude, are you sure?
We have another one.
When may as well give us all your money. Give us all your money. But yeah, they dropped him with a kayak. He kayaked in, and he was like immediately killed.
You said this was recently?
Did he have 2018?
So he must have had some sort of body camera on him or something, right?
I don't know.
Must be some sort of
he did like vlog a lot of it. Like,
I would hope so.
When he was on his trip, he was like making videos about his like gearing up to go to North. Went armed with his Bible.
He must. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude.
You know, I hate to laugh.
He was born like 500 years too late. But
I hate to laugh at him. But
he must have had. There must be some sort of footage.
That's what the internet's for. Let's see. I actually think he may have attempted to go several times.
This is his footage?
I think so, yeah. Or maybe not.
Yeah, shooting bows and arrows at him.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not real friendly. Imagine you give him...
I wonder why.
You go to this island, you give him like an AK.
They never...
They're going, whoa!
Or if you just go there with AKs.
You go there with AKs. Yeah, it's
like... See these first 5? These guys are in the... I can give this to you.
I am God.
Yeah, you're just like, dude, I got not much going for me. I'm going to go rule an island.
So one of these...
You'd be like C-3PO with the Ewoks.
So one of these other, like... I don't think, the North Sentinel is uncontacted. You don't go to North Sentinel.
I don't think they have any sort of landmine.
There are some other...
Satellite coming off there.
There are some other tribes that are, like, less contacted, but they understand that there is an outside world, and but they are left to their business. And some of them are cannibal tribes, and they're just like allowed to be cannibal tribes because it's what they do.
But do they eat amongst themselves?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's more.
So this tribe is dwindling.
Always dwindling.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, leave those guys there. They're doing just fine.
Oh, dude! I knew John was gonna.
They are cannibal tribes.
Well, they claim to be cannibal tribes,
so they can communicate with.
I don't think they're strictly cannibal tribes, but I think they look at it as like.
But they can communicate with the outside world enough for us to retain this assumption of them.
And so they did a study.
Here, let's finish. This off,
let's finish off this soju here.
It goes quick, guys.
It does. They did a study with this cannibal tribe because cheers.
Fuck the king.
Mm-hmm. They obviously there's not many people in the world who are allowed to be cannibals, and so they went to.
But we have some that are.
They went to them with several cuts of meat. So they brought like chicken and beef and pork and like all these like other cuts of meat. And they were like,
which undocumented trafficked child.
And but they asked them. They were like, which of these is human? And they said pork. They were like, that's human. So people taste like pork.
Huh. Interesting.
God, this is the second episode in a row I brought up the cannibal. People are gonna start thinking I'm actually a cannibal.
I mean, you say with a lot of confidence there. People taste like pork.
Well, I mean, I've never had it, but the cannibal tribe say the cannibal tribe say people taste like pork. People are pigs.
Huh. I mean, no, I'm not gonna say estimate or guess anything else. It's people are pork.
People are pork.
We'll take it.
Yep.
It's good fatty meat.
Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm.
It's not lean, but
especially the Americans. Nice marbling in there.
Like, that's pork.
That's pork.
They just put us in a pen.
Yeah.
Get us fatter and fatter. Like, oh my
god. So, yeah. That was somehow the full circle to Bigfoot. Does Bigfoot exist? Did we get an answer on that? Does Bigfoot exist?
I believe that there's some sort of, old, secluded, nomadic, primal beings. Yeah, still probably living amongst us. There's all the talk about Appalachia and the shit that goes on there. I'm not even going. We're talking more American Northwest and like
American Northwest.
Yeah, in parts of Canada.
Okay,
that's where I'd like to think the big feet are. where they're
yeah, somewhere in like the woods of like
Think about it. Yeah,
Oregon,
that's like,
Washington.
Yeah, you'll start.
Yeah, Pacific Northwest.
They probably started in Portland, Maine, and like,
some dude came along, offered him a deal.
You might have.
Hey, if you can get out there,
you might have just outlined their actual journey. But
it's possible.
I would put myself in the category of a believer, but not just of one creature, one legendary creature, like walking around for thousands of years. No, you die after a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
you probably got a heart and everything else. It's just a very
you're a believer in a group of Bigfoots. Big feet.
Yeah, I don't think one could survive alone because if we're descendants of apes, these are like more evolutionized, closer to human beings than apes. Walking around like humans, but not fully
in seclusion.
Yeah, I'd call me on the side of believers.
All right.
How about you? Whoa.
This goes two ways. Sorry. Yeah. No, I'm not a believer in Bigfoot. I think it's easy. My opinion has always been that yes, there's a lot of things we have never seen, but especially in the continental United States, I think we've explored a lot of it. Yeah, and definitely. There's no way we've never come across a 9-foot tall monkey. Are you referencing the Patterson footage again?
I'm not. That's never my resource.
Yeah, I know. All right. On the topic.
Netflix should put that in. Want a good laugh?
Yeah. Here's the Patterson footage. It's a guy in a monkey suit. Okay. So on the subject of things existing, Roswell, New Mexico. You know what happened in Roswell, New Mexico?
I do not.
A flying saucer allegedly crashed there.
When?
Like the 50s.
Okay.
So
a UFO.
A UFO.
Okay.
Are you a believer in aliens? Have aliens come to visit Earth?
Extraterrestrial beings.
Extraterrestrial beings. Yes. Sorry.
I believe. I believe as far as the U.S. government has made contact with other life forms, and since like the late 50s, I think ancient beings have always made contact with mankind.
In what way? What sort of contact are we talking? Should they be deported? Did they come here?
Well,
legally.
Based on not to take that seriously,
yeah.
but to give you a real answer on it, they'd be too fast for us. Mm-hmm. Their ships beam across the world or pole to pole in a matter of minutes, which is unheard of. There's footage of you got U.S. stuff flying up there. What's that? I've never seen that shit before.
The UFOs do exist.
Yeah,
there are unidentified flying objects around.
Of course, we had
not like flying saucers.
A massive Chinese balloon a few years ago.
Oh, I remember that. That was fucking awesome. Yeah, I love that.
Technically, it was a UFO until someone's like,
"Yeah, China, shoot it down."
Support that. Why was that the first option when it's floating over our country? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
We don't let ships come on our beach. Ooh, is that what kind of boat is that?
I always said shoot
that shit down.
Some high school kids science project or something is just floating over the U.S. Shoot it down.
So I know I can't present my project, but I'm on a terrorist list now.
Yeah, we don't really like the U.S. anyway. Mr. Patterson.
Can I get an A, please?
That was a UFO.
You'll get extra credit if you buy my document.
I've never seen the Patterson footage.
Oh, geez. Sorry, guys. We'll take a few of these off.
No, we won't.
He doesn't deserve that much recognition.
I know, but it's so fucking... okay, the last thing I'm going to say about the Patterson footage. About the last thing. I promise, this is the last thing I'm going to say about the Patterson footage.
I doubt it, but I want to hear it.
He was a notorious con man. He was
like a catch me if you can.
Yeah, he was a catch me if you can type, but he was not that good. He got caught a lot. He was.
What did he get caught for?
He was a con man. What was his fucking name?
Yeah, but they do everything.
Look at the Patterson footage.
They usually do there's fraudulent checks and stuff like that.
Roger Patterson. Yeah, so back to the little green men. I
don't think they're little.
Well, they might not be. We don't know what they look like.
I think extraterrestrial beings are far more advanced and larger. And
I forget.
Yes, I think there's been contact throughout all of mankind. But we're not going to talk about pyramids and stuff like that.
No.
We're not going to do that.
That's what I want to believe that there are extraterrestrials. I don't know that they visited Earth.
Do you think you don't know because we as society are being kept from this knowledge?
I don't know. There's just you can explain a lot. I will say there are some things that are pretty convincing. One of the most
such as
getting to that. One of the most
that's my and then
and then what? One of the most actually convincing accounts of someone seeing extraterrestrials was in Massachusetts.
Ooh, I haven't heard this.
I forget where it was. Let's Jamie, pull that up for me.
If we go viral, Jamie, you cannot claim any royalties from this, nor can you, Joe. I'm a huge fan.
It was in Berkshire.
The Berkshires?
Somewhere in the Berkshires.
That's where, if I was Bigfoot, I would travel through the Berkshires if we're staying in America.
That's a great...
Then you go up to, northern New York.
That's a great way to go, yeah.
But then you have to go dip through, below the Great Lakes. Unless we can build a boat.
It was basically
Are we going back to Bigfoot?
We can't go back to Bigfoot. We need to do other conspiracy theories. And so,
I got all day.
It was 250 people reported seeing the same thing. And it was people were calling the cops. And the cops all witnessed this same thing, where it was basically this.
Are you familiar with the Berkshires?
I've never been.
So
no.
it's it's the most western Massachusetts. And so it's past Amherst, Belchertown, Orange, and all these. But it's absolutely beautiful. Go out there in the fall with your girlfriend. If you've never been, it's one of those.
I know she's been. I've never been though.
Oh, okay. She should take you out there. It's absolutely gorgeous. But it's largely wilderness.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So if people are calling, I had a friend in college that was from there. They're small towns, small communities. So if the entire community, which is what I'm assuming you're saying, when it's 250 people, that's 2 towns. That's a district right there.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's Berkshire County. It's a whole county.
Yeah. It's fucking massive.
Yeah.
3 middle schools, maybe. 5 kids each.
Yep.
Just because of the distance. They can't all walk to the same thing. No, you guys are lovely over there. You have to kind of take that a little bit more seriously. When everyone has this same story.
It's at least it's interesting.
Now, what did they say exactly?
It was I think it was just lights.
September 1st, 1969.
Berkshire UFO incident. I believe it was lights in the sky. The people who claim
lights in the sky. I mean, actually no, because there's no drones back then. I was going to say nowadays there's too many reasons.
I will say the people who claim to have been abducted by aliens, I believe, are full of shit.
I mean, they're full of probes and stuff, but yeah, also full of shit.
According
to their story, they were full of a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Some aliens just butt fucked you and sent you back down. Okay, yeah. That's definitely what I want to
great advanced beings, still take part in, the very primal acts of, pillage.
Good old sodomy. Good old sodomy.
We see what you do to each other. Now, how does it feel?
We've watched from a distance. We're ready to get in on the action.
Well, so when I was younger, I was of the mindset that, if these are such advanced beings, they're watching us, and are we just, sort of guinea pigs to them? These guys, they still wage war on each other. They're that stupid. Why would we share with them technology and, intergalactic travel?
Yeah.
And so I've kind of, if you're someone that grows up with sort of just that belief, then, and you retain it, it's, it grows its roots.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm probably more susceptible to believe in, some of these things more than you, but I think it's more the fact that I want to believe it.
I want to.
There's got to be so much more than planet fucking Earth.
Yeah, I want to believe, but I would consider myself a natural skeptic. I don't believe a lot of stuff that I've never seen with my own 2 fucking eyes.
Same, but if you can read accounts of it, multiple accounts, people that are not connected,
250 in one county.
It's come on, man.
Yeah, there might be something there.
I used to consider myself a skeptic too, but I still was why would we believe in these things?
Yeah.
Well, probably half of it is hope, because because the world it's got to be cooler than what we're told it is.
I agree. I think
It's not
there's
all taxes and death and all this.
the two certainties: death and taxes, and alien.
To wrap it up, though, you say you want to see it with your own two eyes, but then again, it's like, some people are special enough and live in the proper isolation where they're like, this is low risk. This guy's, this guy's been spitting tobacco since he was 8. He lives alone on his own farm.
Yep.
250 acres. We can land there, guys. Like, no one's gonna believe him. These beings are supposed to be so advanced. It's like, I'm hard pressed to believe that they've never contacted us, like this primal planet right here. And they're like, look how they still live amongst themselves.
There's a popular theory. Again, I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically that we, as interesting as it would be, we don't want to be contacted by alien civilizations first.
You think we don't want to be contacted?
Because an alien civilization
as if we can contact these civilizations.
Well, we try.
Have we?
Several times, yeah. There's
we as in a nation or like humanity?
I can't speak on other nations. The U.S. has certainly tried. The U.S. is still trying. They have
what are these methods?
Well, they have satellite arrays that listen for like radio waves in space. Mm-hmm. In the Voyager 1, which is the furthest man-made object we've ever anyone's ever put out.
It's still going
out
there, right?
Yep, we still hear from it. They send it out. It's God, where is it? It's out of our solar system. Yeah, it's far.
Now isn't traveling at a pace where it's not light years ahead of us, but it's like
I don't think it's in
through that vortex though, where it's like traveling ahead of our time.
No, it's not possible to do that. Which is another popular reason a lot of people think that aliens can't exist. Ignorance yeah. But
what if they're just making orca sounds?
They put
no radio wave sound.
But
searching for us.
The Voyager we put in it because it was designed to be the furthest traveling man-made object that we had ever put out. I forget when it was launched. It was launched in like the 70s or the 80s, I think.
Okay.
We had put in with it a record of like music. It was like music at the time.
Okay. My buddy Sean, or Sean as well. Yeah. He always asks. He asks about like one show to see before you die. But a more interesting question is if you could send like a burnt CD with like 5 songs to outer space that would be listened to.
Quarter Life Crisis, Episode 1. Quarter Life Crisis, Episode 2. Quarter Life Crisis, Episode 3.
Oh. I was like, did you guys already talk about this?
Those are my 3 songs.
I've listened to them all.
Okay, now I would put on.
Fuck yeah, humble plug right there.
I would put on First Day Out by T Grizzly.
Oh wow. Okay.
The aliens.
That's where we're going.
They would fly straight to Detroit once they heard that.
Or they'd be scared of us.
Yo, this motherfucker's spit. Yeah, they don't want to see T Grizzly.
Like, maybe we leave America.
Leave that. Whoa.
You hear what he said? You hear what he
said?
No, I was thinking more like send September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's definitely something by CCR.
Oh, I fucking love CCR.
Yeah, like Running Through the Jungle.
Oh, that's such a banger.
Yeah, we gotta give these aliens some flavor,
The record contains a time capsule.
So they call this the Golden Record. The
Golden
Voyager
record.
Golden Record.
It's not a normal record though, because it's also it also has like math problem.
If they play it back.
It also has like some like mathematical theorems on it, like that they were able to represent via an image. Here, well, this is what it was.
Very cool.
So like these are sound waves, or maybe this is an electrical diagram actually. I don't remember what else is on it, but it has like digestible like things you don't need to speak English to understand. Yeah. But it also contains like
very cool
pictures of Earth, some music from the time. I think it's mostly like classical music, like instrumental. But I don't remember
swing bands and shit.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe it's like jazz or something. I'm pretty sure it's
send some Sinatra out there. Some Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra.
My way.
Like, you know what? They're not so bad. But then they become T Grizzly.
T Grizz.
I don't know if they sound like that. That's just E.T. Do you think E.T. was a good impression of an extraterrestrial?
E.T.?
Yeah.
No, he fucking flew a bike made of love or something, like, powered by love.
It was a ball sack with feet. That's what I always think. I'm like, oh, look at this thing.
It's kind of a ball sack with feet.
That's what he was. Long ass fingers too. He could probably palm 2 NBA balls in his hand.
These pictures are so fucking funny. A woman in a store. A photo of Jupiter with its diameter indicated.
Dude, they fucking walk on Jupiter. They don't need that.
Humans licking, eating, and drinking, showing our methods of consumption. An observatory.
This is horrible.
A photograph of page 6.
Dude, what team okayed this to be like, yeah, this is what they need to know humanity?
Ooh, some drawings of animals and humans. So,
yeah,
you know,
there's
a
third
bird
grade drawing on the fridge.
There's a frog.
I see an eagle up there.
Yeah, there's a bird there. Some humans, a goat, a couple different fish.
Wait. Are those humans nude?
I think so. Yeah. Looks like Adam and Eve. And then this is what's that thing? It's not a Gila monster. It's a Komodo dragon. Looks like there's a little Komodo dragon on there, or maybe like an alligator or something.
Charles Darwin sent that drawing.
It's probably an alligator because NASA's in Florida. You got alligators down here.
We got gators here. We're finding panthers in 20 years. But...
So yeah, that's traveling through space.
Dude, there must have been a team to put this together.
There was, yeah.
What the hell is that?
It was in 1977. So it's still kind of in the infancy of NASA.
Was it though?
It was.
I don't think so. No, space travel was really at least travel to the moon. NASA's space program was very prominent in the early 60s, I thought.
It was, but still for if you think about the court, especially of a government program being around for even 20 years is not a very old program.
Yeah, I guess.
So
we're not a very old country.
No, we're not. All right. You have some conspiracy theories you want to pitch?
Well, yeah, if we're going to stay on topic, or the topic of conspiracies, have you ever come across the theory that Hitler never killed himself?
Yes.
And that
he escaped to Argentina. And
so it's actually pretty relevant in the news today because that Argentinian prime minister was talking about leaking all these documents, or not leaking them, just declassifying them. Mm-hmm. All these documents, talking about high-ranking, Nazi officials, big German officials, but Nazis, that that sought refuge in Argentina. So much so that they basically could have had their own community down there. There's a lot of German, Argentine, descendants now.
A lot of Nazis did escape to Argentina. That's a fact.
Fact. All right. Now, do we believe that Adolf Hitler was one of them? The most high-ranking and powerful of them all. The Führer had to.
This is such an interesting one because there are so many ways to look at it. I think this is one I could get behind because we know that Hitler had body doubles.
Yeah, of course.
His body was burned.
Paranoid during his later years as well.
His body was burned before it could be positively identified.
And the dental records were female that they took.
Well, oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ava Brown was there too.
Those are the only dental records they could identify.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had skeletons and whatnot. But
yeah.
Again, body doubles.
And you're telling me that the leader of this, at the time, they were a pretty powerful nation.
The most powerful man in the world.
Yeah.
He was.
Didn't have he
You're telling me he had no resources of escape?
Yeah.
Especially when all these other high-ranking officials did?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I think... You ever watched the show Band of Brothers?
Yeah.
Fucking love it.
I've seen.
But when they seize the eagle's nest, I don't want to spoil it, but it's not a spoiler. It's history.
I know how World War II is.
Yeah. that was his pride and joy, and I think it was more of a what do you call it? Just a distraction. All right, you guys go and take over. This is lost, but myself and my values and my ideologies are not going to be. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make my escape. There's that what do they call it? The underground tracks here. I hate to admit this, but I have this stuff. I have this in notes.
I can't recall whether or not it was.
And there's thoughts that he took submarines to get him to Argentina.
Yes, yeah, I heard that as well.
He was smuggled to want to say Egypt.
I can't recall.
I hate that on my
exactly what it was, but it was either the Germans who burned his body or the Russians. The Russians got there first, I believe, and then I think there's some.
They got to the Eagle Nest first.
Yeah,
or no, to where he to his secret bunker.
To his secret bunker. Yeah.
There's Dan Lewis hit me with this question a while ago, and I was like, "You have an answer that I'm not going to give you." But it was an open-ended question. He goes, "Why do you think the U.S. and Britain sent
this is such
forces to Normandy?"
We've discussed this.
He asked you that, yeah.
That's
a total that's a total Russian take that I've never heard of before.
His answer is stupid.
It's kind of ridiculous.
It doesn't make sense now.
What's up, everyone? It's your editor again. I know how much you love when I interject into the conversation. I realized we were so wrapped up in this little debate we were having about Dan Lewis's great question that we forgot to actually tell you what the answer that he gives was that I so strongly disagree with. He says that we sent troops to Normandy because we had already pinpointed Russia as our next threat. Somehow. I think that's fucking stupid, but you can do your own research and be the judge of it. This is not informational, so yeah.
For everyone listening.
But it's more or less like some sort of underground railroad that they talk about, or just like hidden passageways that they smuggled Hitler out of Germany, out of Europe, and I believe to stop in Africa, and then submarines from there to Argentina.
Yeah.
All of this technology existed for them at the time.
Oh, yeah.
During the war.
They also had the most advanced submarines at the time.
The U-boats.
Yeah, the U-boats.
Yeah. So this is, I'm not going to say cut and dry because, you don't have photos of him afterwards, but
yeah.
If he's, the most hunted and hated man on the world, kills himself, they say, you can't show your face again. You're so recognizable. We have printing press and everything, so you have to stay hidden for the rest of your life.
Yep.
And I think that there's an easy way that he can do that with his power and influence.
Mm-hmm. Especially,
how do people just not talk about it? They're like, oh yeah, dude, Hitler didn't kill him. How does that stuff like not make radio waves today? Why don't we talk about like that shit on the news?
I think it was pretty big after the war. A lot of people
after World War II.
After World War II,
yeah, because you said he was dead.
But people
the world is not at war anymore.
But people had learned of a lot of
at war with the Japs forever. If you have a grandfather, he's at war with them.
Yeah. After the war, when people were learning that, like, Nazi officials were fleeing to Argentina, I think there was a little bit more scrutiny into it. But after the war, we also got pretty quickly wrapped up into the Cold War.
Yeah,
like our attention shifted pretty quickly from the Germans over to the Russians.
Kind of impressive how it's.
Hello, everyone. Editor again. I know you just heard that last soundbite of me saying that I don't agree with Dan, and I know exactly what this sounds like, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, but you just said that it wasn't because of Russia. Well, this is a different thing. Dan's answer is a red herring. And I still don't agree with it. So yeah. Fuck you, Dan.
We almost immediately recognize him as the next threat.
Yeah, I don't think it was so much that. I think it was just that the ideologies were sort of clashing. Especially when
fascism and communism.
Not fascism, but just like having capitalism versus communism.
Yeah, they don't necessarily mix well.
Yeah, but it was always.
You ever see that show? It's on Amazon Prime, The Hunters.
I have, yeah.
I'm a huge fan of it.
It was
have
okay.
You seen the second season?
No, I stopped after the first season.
The end of the first season. Do you remember the final scene in there?
No, I don't.
They go down to Argentina.
Oh, really?
And it shows all these Aryan-looking kids.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all sitting down for dinner, and then you only see the back of his head, but Adolf Hitler clearly comes and sits at dinner with them.
Oh, really?
And this show is supposedly taking place in the late 60s, early 70s. I believe.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic. The second season does go off a little bit. The first season, though, was awesome. It's very, it's pretty intense. So it's not for the lighthearted to watch, especially anyone who has relatives to
I just like
Holocaust survivors.
I like Al Pacino.
No, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
That twist was excellent too. Like the story within it is great, but they have their intros and their little like cutscenes, their animations where they're like, this actually happened. They put a lot of information just kind of hidden into their. I would recommend rewatching it. And for all our listeners out there, if you haven't, The Hunters on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Bezos, you owe me some money now. Dude, who rents out a city?
What do you mean?
Who rents out later.
I'm getting a call from your mom.
I'm getting a call from my mother, but your boy's podcasting. She'll find out I'm a star later. But who rents out an entire city? That's incredible. I was scrolling through Instagram. I saw the star-studded guest list or whatnot.
Yeah,
Tom Brady,
Bezos'
the
wedding,
Kardashians. I was like, dude, what the fuck is this? Aren't weddings supposed to be with your friends?
Not
people you're close with?
Not when you have billions of dollars at your disposal.
Even that, though, I was like, does your wife know anybody? Does she have any cousins that were invited to this thing? No. It was supposed to only be like a list of 250 people or something. Oh, good move. I'm gonna grab another one.
Do you want one? I should have.
Yes, please. He should have.
I should have.
Great host on the podcast. Horrible host in his apartment. But it was just like, I don't know, dude. What the hell is the world coming to? It's all a popularity contest.
I know.
Yeah, I don't want to
we don't have to
go down that.
We don't have to politicize it, but yeah. That is.
I do think, I'm happy that you're behind that though as well. I'm surprised it's just not bigger news, and we don't talk about, well, why were there like files on him? Why did we not try and do anything then? Clearly there was knowledge of it. And I do think, I'm of the belief that America was aware of this, and they were aware that he's to go into hiding. He's not going to resurface or anything. Mm-hmm. And we'll protect your scientists. They got to come over here. That's how we got
Paperclip. Paperclip was good.
That's how we got to the fucking moon, dude.
That's how we got to the moon. Oh, checkmate.
No. That's my lead. But those Nazi scientists coming over really said, no, these are the mathematics to get us there, or what we think. The scientists were onto some shit, dude. They were trying to find fountain of youth and everything. They were doing all sorts of things.
Yeah.
This dude wanted to conquer the world, but it's impressive how much he actually thought he could do.
Well, he did a lot. I think
and this is in no way me giving any sort of praise to the man.
You can. I will say the one thing, because obviously I'm also not a Nazi, but the one thing that you can say is he was a good leader. He knew how to. I don't agree with his ideology, but he knew how to motivate people. And he was a very
high as fuck on amphetamines.
But he was a very powerful speaker. Even prior to him becoming chancellor, he was a representative for I think it was the Labor Party or something, and he would give these commanding speeches in beer halls.
Would you put someone like Martin Luther King as another powerful speaker? Would you sort of put them on the same sort of?
Yes, I think Hitler was more of a call to action sort of guy. I would associate him more with I would associate him more with someone whereas Malcolm X was a very much a call to action guy.
Yeah.
By any means,
All right, I can see that.
I think Malcolm X maybe didn't gain as much traction.
He was just a little more brutal.
He was a little bit more of what we would view as an extremist.
Yeah.
But I think his ideologies were, I won't say superior to Martin Luther King's, but I think that he had more of a clear goal in mind, and he had a very clear route of how to achieve it.
And
I think
tying that back to Adolf Hitler had the same sort of.
He had the same sort of thing where he was.
This is what I'm trying to accomplish.
This is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to do it, and we're going to do it together. Let's go.
Yeah, the more you can read about him, it's no, I'm not even going to say it on the podcast, but this dude was passionate about what he was trying to do. And again, I don't sort of condone any sort of mass genocide.
Quarter-life crisis does not condone fascism in any way.
Or genocide.
We condone none of these ideologies, but
the passion he had behind this shit, That's not someone who's blowing their brains out. Oh, perfect segue.
Well,
That's not
perfect segue.
That's not someone who's just, taking their own life.
But at the same time,
Rather, I'll go into hiding and I'll continue to spread my ideologies through the next several generations.
At the same time, though, to play devil's advocate, you're Hitler. You can see the writing on the wall. You know what's about to happen. You had just seen Mussolini get dragged and beaten through the streets of Italy.
Well, his people hated him.
His people hated him. His people didn't hate him until
Italy, the war came to their shores.
Yeah. Well, because it was also
we didn't want to
the big thing that I think a lot of people forget about is that a lot of the soldiers that were fighting for the U.S. were Italian immigrants. They had family who lived in Italy, and it was like they sort of reunited with their family in Italy, and a lot of the Italians decided.
There was a lot of reunions like that. That's pretty cool.
There was
there was a lot of Italian Americans in the war.
That was sort of the growing sentiment in Italy at the time was, these are our family members. Like we no longer really want to fight. Italy's a really interesting case study in World War II because they were always sort of like the bus very much
hands off. Let's be hands off. Climb aside, fine. Just hands off. Don't bother us.
The victory bus, right? The bus, so to speak, was always leaving before Italy got there. Their victory, because they had very much sought the same thing that Germany did. They wanted Lebensraum, wanted some living room.
Is that what that was?
That is why Germany. That is very much why Germany went to war in the first place, was because they wanted what they called Lebensraum for the Bavarians.
Okay.
For the Bavarian people.
Huh.
And Italy sort of, Mussolini was in power, and they sort of wanted the same thing. They thought, we have so many, Italians in this one place. We want to expand.
They're sort of they're a narrow,
and so they shared
country.
the ideology. And then Japan got on board because they wanted to set up influence in mainland Asia, and so that was why those were the big three.
The Axis,
the original big three. Yeah, the original big three. They.
I'll still take Boston's big three over any. Over any.
But Italy never really had any victories of their own. They were very if you look at their track record in World War II, they were very much unsuccessful.
I feel like they weren't even in the war though.
I know, yeah.
But just by name, they attached themselves.
They were fighting more mainly in Africa, I think.
Weren't they sort of granting passage for the Germans to get in through Africa? That was more or less the purpose of having Italy as an ally, or an Axis.
And an
Axis ally.
They just were not very good fighters, and then when they saw when finally things started coming down, and they see
whoa,
they're whoa, that's cousin Ricky over there. I'm not shooting. I'm not shooting that guy.
We don't want this.
No, his mother will kill me.
No. We never said we want it. Ricky, I'll take care of this.
I'll take care of it. Yeah. So, very, very interesting stuff there. But
yeah, I didn't have too much to go on, I guess, because you were totally on board with it.
What do you mean?
With the thought that Hitler was... I'm not saying he's still alive, but that he did not kill himself.
No, he's definitely dead.
You think he killed himself? I think he's definitely dead. You know how old he would have to be?
No. I'm gonna say no. He probably didn't kill himself. He probably did escape to Argentina or somewhere.
There's not documentation, but there's several theories that he also fathered a daughter while he was down there as well. There are living descendants.
Oh, there still are. Adolf. They said all of his current living descendants. It's mostly nieces and nephews, or not his own kids, but his relatives' kids. They've all said, all of them have agreed they're not going to have children because they don't want to continue his bloodline.
Interesting.
They've all said that they're not going to have kids.
Dude,
they're going to let their bloodline die.
Talk about peer pressure, just from the entire world. You're not going to reproduce, are you?
What kind of how crazy of an icebreaker is that though? You get to work or whatever, and they're like, okay, introduce yourself.
How much do you want me to introduce myself?
My icebreaker is always that I got run over by a mail truck. But
that's a great one. Though.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Imagine your coworker just being like, "Yeah, I'm Hitler's niece or I'm Hitler's nephew."
I used to like to say I was born with all these freckles, and then it takes someone to actually be like, "Well, no, you get them from sunlight." I'm like, "I'm a liar." There you go, guys. Nice to meet me.
2 truths and a lie. Ha ha.
It only happened once. Yeah, so I just sound like an asshole. And most of my icebreakers.
You had one more conspiracy theory you wanted to do.
Well, this sort of stems from episode 2, where I don't know. You sort of
the moon landing.
You seemed
We're
like
doing the moon landing.
You seemed like you got all hot and bothered.
Oh, when, the moon landing gets me heated.
To bring some context for the listeners who haven't listened to our previous episode, first off, shame on you. Secondly, we were talking about if we had Tim hit me with a hypothetical. If you could pick one era of time, right?
Yeah. An era of time.
One piece of time that you could have that you could be living in.
Oh, you believe you went to the moon?
Can I get there?
Sorry.
Can we get there? Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
I'll get there quicker than we got to the moon.
That was a dick move.
I chose the Roaring '20s. I didn't think about it that much, but I do think it's still a fascinating time. Tim chose what?
I picked the 60s.
The 60s,
so that you
yes,
could
exactly.
grow up in the 60s, and then you can
fucking
be a hippie.
No street cameras. Oh.
Yeah.
But and I said, oh, that's probably a better answer than mine. You know, you're America's number one. You know, and I slipped in there. You believe you went to the moon, and Timothy got all worked up about it.
I always get all worked up about the moon landing.
So I want to. You seem pretty passionate about this one, so
I'm passionate about the moon landing.
I would love to hear your take on it, and then I'll provide my conspiracy.
All right. How about you provide the conspiracy?
No. I'm leading this one.
All right. So there are people out there. Actually, probably a lot of people out there who don't think we went to the moon.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of them.
It's very common. It was more common. I've realized recently that it's more common than you'd think. A lot of people don't think we went to the moon. I think it's pretty much a certainty that we went to the moon.
You think it's a certainty?
I am. Well,
is it a certainty?
It is a certainty.
Okay, there we go.
Well, it's my opinion. It is my opinion. So I think. But yes, I will say with certainty we went to the moon in '69. The technology was there. There were.
Thank you, Nazi scientists.
Thank you, Operation Paperclip. There were many failed attempts to get there before. And the space program was not always the illustrious thing that we know it to be today.
I thought it was more illustrious back then.
No.
It was definitely underfunded, but I feel like America was behind that.
Until Kennedy, people did not give a shit about the space program.
We go there because it's hard.
Kennedy's like coked out of his mind. Just talking about this.
Talking about great speakers, though.
Great speaker.
Dude, even I went to speech therapy. He sounded like I never went to. I was like, oh, dude, you never had a speech coach.
He cooked.
I hear him. Like, so I had trouble with like my R's and my L's growing up, and like, God forbid, or not even, I got 2 R's in my name. So growing up, I would always push it out like Trevor. Everyone could pronounce my name better than I could. But yeah, simple speech coach fixes that stuff.
Fixes it right up.
Kennedy's never went to them. I can like hear it with other people who like have that R instead of an R.
Yeah.
Like they row their words a little bit. Maybe it's just because I was so obsessed with not saying that myself for so many years that I can hear it with someone else. I did for all that money and that big compound on the Cape. He could have housed a speech coach, but he was a powerful speaker.
He was.
That's a tangent. Go ahead.
But God, what was I gonna say? He was also just like throughout his entire presidency, like he was probably high the entire time. I think it's like a fact.
Why do you think so?
Well, no, it's like a fact.
Is it?
It is.
High on what?
He was a big pill popper. He was a big oxy guy. Maybe not oxy, but
no, dude. Yeah, those things are serious downers. He doesn't have that sort of energy popping oxys. This guy probably fucked everyone too.
Yeah,
I heard Bobby. Bobby was more of a playboy than.
Bobby Kennedy.
Yeah, I mean both of them had a thing with Marilyn Monroe, but the theory is that CIA had her killed because of Bobby.
Yeah, JFK was a big. He as the accounts go, because I mean, obviously after he died, like a lot of people were sort of coming out of the woodwork with these stories about how he would operate.
We could just go into JFK's assassination instead of the moon.
Oh, we're gonna circle back to the moon landing because I need to speak my piece.
Yep.
So I'll give you the short version. The math was there. Everything worked out. Getting to the moon is not actually a tremendously difficult task.
It's only looks like it's falling off.
No,
it's only what 250 miles away, right? They say.
I think it's a little further than that. Or actually, I don't know.
I think it's in that ballpark.
I don't know. Actually,
it's not supposed to be too far. So
it's a little bit further.
Yeah. 238,000 is what I just forgot the word. I just forgot the word.
1,000. You forgot the word 1,000 there, but yeah.
250 miles is like
250 miles here to Maine.
Here to Bigfoot.
But yeah, so the math is not tremendously difficult. I think the thing that we were struggling with was our in our prior attempts prior to 69 was our underfunded space program.
And you mentioned that there was a few unsuccessful.
There were astronauts who died.
The most famous one.
The most famous unsuccessful attempts.
Yes.
I think it was Apollo 8 where they died. I
thought it was the first one because one of the astronauts that did perish in that, his name was Gus Grissom, and he was very outspoken against NASA's just capability of actually being able to get to the moon. He was saying the technology is so far off, we can't even communicate between 3 buildings. How are we going to communicate? 238,900 miles.
Oh, it was Apollo 1. He did die in Apollo 1.
Apollo 1. Yeah.
I think there was another. So there was another one that died.
He was very outspoken about this and how it's just not happening. And coincidentally, he died in this first mission after he gave a very outspoken. I wouldn't call it like a conference, but it was just a large assembly, and he was the keynote speaker for it. And yeah, he's pretty outspoken about how he did not, and he was an NASA astronaut. Mm-hmm. And I think by being outspoken, he was expressing his disappointment in the fact that we're not really making any progress on getting there. And I'm sick of lying to, the American people. Mm. We were being sold a bill of goods, to keep nationalism at a high. We're in a Cold War with Russia and everything. How do we distract our American people? We're going to be the first ones to the moon.
Well, we were okay. Yes, I absolutely see where you're coming from. But there were things that happened on Apollo 11 when we actually went to the moon. That you have to also picture between this and that there were 10 different Apollo flights.
Yeah, but only 3 of them were actually launches that were trying to go to the moon. Right?
Yeah. Some of the earlier ones were just to get into space and orbit the Earth.
Your boy did a little bit of homework here.
Oh, you did. It seems. But there are things that were brought back from the moon. Like we have, like moon rocks. You ever been to the Kennedy Space Center?
No, great. I'm happy you brought that up. We actually, the U.S. and I believe 65, we gifted the Netherlands
a moon rock.
Said moon rock. Yeah, that turned out to be nothing more than petrified wood.
Well, there's several moon rocks. We have a lot of. Whoa, is that true?
Yes.
What? I didn't know that.
Come on, Jamie. Go ahead and pull that up for us.
Yeah, I need to look this up. I've never heard this.
As you are in real time going to listen to Timothy change his mind on this entire...
A moon rock. Gifted to by the U.S. to the Netherlands. Yeah, it was petrified wood. How about that?
Huh. What do you think we have in the Kennedy Space Center?
Moon rocks.
Same as those?
Moon rocks. Ooh. Marijuana moon rocks.
Different.
A moon rock. What are lunar moon rocks mean?
But I don't want to get too far into that. What else did we bring back?
Okay, well, it's not necessarily also things we
like
brought back.
1,100 photos, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of photos.
Pretty good quality on those photos too.
I mean, yeah,
some unexplainable shadows, sure.
Well, they're not shadows. Are not hardly unexplainable. The sun casts a shadow.
When we were on the moon.
Yeah, the sun still projects onto the moon.
Excuse me, no. I'm making it sound like there can't be any. The shadows from 2 different angles. it's not a rover, but the thing that the pod they actually landed on.
Yeah.
There's photos that have two different sort of angles of shadows coming from them, as if you were to have different
lighting. Whoa! You can talk about the flag waving too.
Well, no, that the way it's positioned, I'd be like, you know what? With zero gravity, yeah, it would.
It's not zero gravity.
There's not, or not zero, but
it's just lower gravity.
The way it's positioned, I was like, no, yeah, it would float like that. That's what I have no problem with.
There's also an atmosphere. The moon has an atmosphere, which I think is another common misconception. I'm not going to say that that's your argument, but I will put it out there. Yeah.
Throw it out.
I'm just going to put it out there. The moon does have an atmosphere. It's just lighter than Earth, but there is an atmosphere on the moon.
Okay. Does it have like an atmospheric pull to it?
What do you mean?
Like, is that how we were able to essentially land on there with our spacecraft? So we have to fly, we have to get out of our own, and then we have to enter, we're in space, and then we have to enter the moon's atmosphere.
Right.
Is that what you're saying? So does that like sort of attract us closer to not the planet but the moon?
Well, I was just bringing up the atmosphere because a lot of people, one of the common misconceptions is that there's no atmosphere on the moon. How can the flag be waving if there's no air on the moon? Well, there is air, which
they
is
expect it just to be laying down like on.
Yeah, they would expect it to be like sitting still, which I think is a stupid argument.
Photo to show America, so can't do that. Man. But the photo that always sort of made me wonder was the one that they had of Earth from the moon, and why there weren't any stars. That's the one thing that bothered me the most, because there is no man-made light on that moon. It's only getting light from the sun, correct? Why could if you go up to Maine, you're in the trees up there, you look up and you can see galaxies.
Okay.
Why were there no stars?
This is interesting. I'm gonna put out a theory here. That
within the theory.
I'm gonna put out a theory that I actually don't know whether or not this is correct, but if I had to wager, the way the moon rotates, the same side is always facing the Earth. You know how there's a light side of the moon and a dark side of the moon?
Yes, dark side being unexplored and whatnot.
Yeah, because it's too cold. You can't go to the dark side of the moon.
But does it not have the same rotation? It always sits still?
Well, it rotates. It rotates at the same rate that it orbits the Earth. So the same side is always facing the Earth.
Oh,
So we're always basically seeing the same side of the moon. I'm wondering if it's something to do with maybe like. God, I was gonna say
we only see the same side of this moon.
I was gonna say it's because the side of the moon that we landed on basically never has nighttime, except for in the case of like an eclipse.
Oh,
so okay. maybe it's light pollution from the sun.
I don't know. It's I mean, this is your theory on it. I just always found it interesting that
people say it's due to camera settings used by the astronauts. Interesting. That's an interesting take. I've never heard that one before. That's an interesting take.
It's one that always that's one that stuck out to me when I was a kid too, because I remember I'd go up to New Hampshire right now, and my dad told me, he's like, yeah, you don't see this when we're like back in Winchester or anywhere. When we're back home, anywhere, because there's man-made light down here. All of this pollutes what you can see in the sky. Mm-hmm. And I was probably like 7th grade or something. We're going through these, and I was like, "There's no stars in that sky," and that's everything. You know? You're not on a house or anything. You are on like the crust of essentially a small planet. Mm-hmm. Where are they? Another thing I find interesting is the fact that the footage of
the Patterson footage.
No.
Sorry.
I find that nowhere near interesting whatsoever. Again, we're giving this guy far too much credit on this one episode. But how the footage of the moon landing was seemingly destroyed and erased, and then only remastered 30 years later by experts.
Wait. You're saying the original footage from the moon landing was destroyed?
Yes.
But it was broadcasted live.
We can get into that. They're broadcasting this live to cable television, right?
Yes.
How?
It's space is a vacuum. There's no interference.
How did Richard Nixon call these astronauts on a landline?
Because
that was on national television too.
Well, yeah, again, same thing. There's no interference in space. It's a vacuum.
So you think we're...
Yeah, you have these are electromagnetic waves.
How is he communicating with them? What were they? They had a radio phone up there?
Yeah, probably. It's probably just radio or a phone or something.
Meanwhile, the rest of NASA is in Houston with a fucking team of people trying to communicate with them and following their locations and everything. But this guy can pick up his red landline.
Well, they do communicate. Houston, we have a problem.
No, I know, but it takes such advanced technology to communicate with them. How can the president of the United States just call them over the phone? That's more to not say, oh, this didn't happen. That's more to say, here's the sort of fluff that they put on it to really sell it to America.
Yeah, but okay.
If you believe he was talking with Neil Armstrong,
it's just telecommunications. It's they're electromagnetic. I see no issue with that. Cell phones were already sort of becoming a thing.
These were not cell phones, though.
Yeah, but
have you seen the video of him talking with the astronauts?
Yes, I've seen them. I have seen it.
Dude, he's using a rotary phone.
The phone, the type of phone that it is doesn't discredit the moon landing.
No, I'm just saying that's just another part of. I'll discredit it in different ways. But this is just sort of just to add. It was
routed through Mission Control in Houston.
Oh, very cool.
That's
interesting.
So, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from. It's a little.
The main reason this kind of like kicked me back into thinking about the moon landing was I think a year ago. I was back at my parents' house, and my mom was about to put on Fly Me to the Moon because it had just come out.
I love that movie. That movie rocks. That movie rocks, dude.
I absolutely loved it. No, we had a great time watching it. But it made me think, how many other times in history does media and Hollywood sort of put something that's a common belief amongst the masses in sort of a satirical way to sort of be like, hey, oh, this is so obvious, this definitely could be happening, but if we put it out like this, it's like, oh, no, that's just in the movie. Now you actually sound crazy for talking about it.
Yeah.
Because I loved what they did. I loved what they did, but they also like sort of fully presented the conspiracy that, oh, we filmed this in a studio in California.
Yeah.
Shout out Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
Who did film the moon landing in a studio in California?
Probably Stanley Kubrick.
Just to like put my point out there.
Probably Stanley Kubrick.
No, he did.
He did.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
No, but that's where I'm coming from.
I know. I get it.
I think he was allowed a lot of artistic freedom after that. So he was allowed to put out a Space Odyssey and everything because he had already filmed that moon landing.
He'd already done a space thing. He was ready to do another space thing.
Dude, the cameras and the footage that they had, it's such an incredible movie to the people that saw it in theater because they had never seen anything like it before. These spaceships look real. Outer space looked real. You're probably familiar with the documentary Room 237?
No, I'm not.
So, you know The Shining?
I know of it. I've never seen it.
I've never been big into horror or whatnot. Mm-hmm. But I actually, with my family, we stayed in the hotel in Boulder, I believe it was Boulder, Colorado, where they supposedly filmed that. I think it's Boulder. And that at first put me onto it. So I was like, all right, when I get older, I'll watch this. Mm-hmm. And just like, fucking scary. Jack Nicholson, great acting.
Is it scary? It doesn't look scary.
No, it's just like, it's unsettling.
Okay, yeah.
And, but this documentary, Room 237, is essentially a deep dive into The Shining throughout the entire movie. Stanley Kubrick is just throwing Easter eggs at you about how he filmed the Apollo 11
moon landing.
Yes.
Huh.
I would encourage you to watch, and this is not what sold me on it.
Yeah,
this was more. I had already sort of had these beliefs, and then I watched this. I'm like, oh shit!
It just reaffirmed.
Well, this specific director too. He's all of them. You know, they have their egos and everything like this. But I can so see this being the case with him. Mm-hmm. I mean, think about it. I think he was killed after he came out with Eyes Wide Shut, because they're like, you know what, you're telling too much now.
Yeah, I've never seen that, but
because you can't find that movie anywhere.
I'm familiar with it. I've heard
I think he was silenced after putting that out.
You can't find that movie anywhere.
Go ahead, look it up. Let's see where we can stream it. But I think he was granted a certain artistic freedom after doing this movie this moon landing for the government.
It's on Google Play.
Google Play. Huh. Does anyone have Google Play?
Nobody I know.
No, it's supposed to be like a really like.
It's
a look inside the secret societies, of like elites.
I do remember that Tom Cruise.
It's supposed to be really fucking.
I've never seen it. Either. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman said that it was like the one movie they regretted doing.
Yeah, and I think there's reasons behind that.
Probably. All right. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for the moon landing stuff.
Okay. I mean,
we can, we want to hear from you guys. Do let me know. Who do you think who do you think was right here? Trevor definitely did his homework.
We're sending out a verbal poll, but
I'm also kind of drunk.
But it's also like my belief. After like seeing certain things and hearing, plenty of people, not disprove it, but express enough skepticism and reasonable doubt that, I figured, on one side or the other, but I'd rather form my own opinion than just say, well, that's what I was taught in school, and so I'm going to believe that. That's what my parents believe because that's what they saw on TV. So, no, I'd rather still be skeptic about it. I highly recommend watching that documentary for you listeners. If you believe it's real, then you don't need to. You'll just be pissed off about it. But if you're on that side of, hey, maybe it was fake. This just sort of, there are some reaches in it, but it really points out there's almost too many Easter eggs into Kubrick being like, hey, dude, I had everything to do with this movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Just a few too many for comfort.
I'd recommend. You know what? We can even talk about this if you give it a watch. I'd like to see if maybe the take has changed a little.
Yeah. Next time you come on, you're not going to change my opinion. We went to the moon.
But I hope to. But yeah, no, my official stance is I believe Stanley Kubrick filmed that.
Yeah.
But then how Fly Me to the Moon sort of like portrayed that, but they were also showing, but we did go to the moon. America's plan was to show this film, and then Scarlett Johansson, shout out, she switches the film to.
Did you just shout out Scarlett Johansson?
The character that she's playing.
Oh yeah,
the character that she's playing.
I do hope she listens to this, but I don't know if we're there yet.
I'll DM her later for the fifth time, sixth maybe, 100th. But her character, she switches the film over to the live transmission, and that's what is actually shown in a sense. Oh, we were there, and that's what America saw. And I think there's plenty of instances to point to where Hollywood sort of does schmooze in like truth and conspiracy and sort of blend it into one. And the fact that now it's out in Hollywood, it's like, are you really going to question it? You're really still going to believe that? They made a movie making fun of it, sort of.
Yeah.
But I did think the movie was phenomenal. But that's what sort of kicked my interest back into, hold on, you used to think like this, and I still have that same opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. Great movie.
Maybe we could turn this into a whole formal debate. We could have another moon landing themed episode.
Dude, I'm fine with that. I mean, there's plenty of theories out there.
Our listeners will be happy. More Trevor.
Hey,
Trevor is coming back.
I listened to your third episode, and you said that like a lot of people had been saying they were fans. I can't express my appreciation enough. It was really cool to hear your own name, being spoken and by other people. Even though I didn't, Tim says they did, but it's really cool. Glad you guys enjoy us sitting down in his living room talking.
Yeah,
I have a good time with it, and I'd love to be back.
Oh yeah. We're getting some actual guests on here, which is cool.
Love it.
You're hardly even a guest. You're in half of the episodes.
Guys, you can't see me blushing, but yeah, dude. No, I fucking love coming on here.
But yeah, we're gonna have some exciting guests coming soon. We got I think
Spill the beans.
Craig. I think Craig is gonna be on next week.
Love Craig. Shut up.
But yeah, all right.
Oh
no, good.
Well, I was gonna give you my final words after you got.
Okay, yeah. Any parting thoughts for us?
I wouldn't say parting thoughts, but as none of you know, because I've never expressed it, I'm a big UFC guy, big fan, and tonight's a big night for the Brazilians. Alexandre Pantoja is defending his flyweight belt. Charles Oliveira is going to try and reclaim his lightweight belt. He's going up against this dude, Ilia Topuria. I don't know if you watched the fights at all. This dude's a fucking monster. He just knocked out two of the greatest featherweights to ever fight. Volkanovski and Max Holloway.
Dude,
the way he does it, he just
Volkanovski.
he walks them down and just he's vicious.
That's sick.
I don't want to bet against him, but Charles Oliveira is a plus 350, and I fucking love Du Bronx. The champion has his name, and his name is Charles Oliveira. I'm rooting. If you guys, by the time you're listening to this, hopefully you'll have seen the news that Charles has regained his lightweight championship, and I will be thrilled. Ilya has his time, and he'll be here for a little bit longer.
I'll add an edit in.
We want Charles to win this belt big time.
What's up, audience? I don't know how many of you are actually UFC people, but Charles Oliveira got knocked out in the first round in 2:27. So I hope you didn't take any advice from Trevor, because that was absolute dog shit. So yeah,
the outcome of this.
Yeah, that's all I want to say. Let's go, Charles.
Go, Charles.
Du Bronx.
All right,
Tim.
Thank you for
always a fucking pleasure, man.
Cheers.